Indeed, things are happening, and it's not just a matter of let the poor breathe. Now, even the rich and the extremely wealthy are gasping for air, for survival, just as Dangote is struggling, of course, for survival, struggling for the reputation of the Dangote group of companies, just as the hardest hit uh, comes their way uh, by the chief executive of officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, in the person of Mr. Farouk Ahmed, alleged that the petroleum products of Dangote Group of Company is below standards or is substandard, and as such will not be good for Nigerian market. Dangote have come out to debunk such heavy allegations that have dealt a very devastating blow to the reputation of his company or group, a conglomerate, insisting that his product is up to standard and one of those uh, best products, as the case is, because they have the facilities and all it takes to meet the market demands globally. But according to Farouk, he said that Dangote was insisting that all the uh, oil importations or other oil companies, as a way of subsidizing or substituting for uh, energy demand, should be shut down. The silence should be withdrawn. No other person should import petroleum products so that he can enjoy the monopoly he has been enjoying all this while within Nigeria. Virtually everything is monopolized. Other substitutes, of course, are being shut down because of Dangote, in order to allow Dangote have monopoly of the entire economy of Nigeria. According to Farouk, he said that this is not good for the country, especially in energy security. It will jeopardize and encourage monopoly. And as such, you know what that means. You are now the one that will detect whether people will be alive or not. Just watch this. The rich and the extremely rich, of course, is a turn to cry. Just watch.
Well, whatever we do, we add value. We are not an assembly plant. I mean, when I say assembly, we are not packaging plant. If you look at all our operations as Dangote, we actually add value. We take local raw materials and turn them into products and we sell. So, which means it's a circular economy which we are practicing. Everything, is here. Everything is in Nigeria. The farmers, the banks, or maybe the people in the mines, the banks, everything is about local. And it is the main reason why we were number 2 in flour milling, but we sold it because the wheat is being imported from abroad. So the more wheat we use, the more jobs we create out there. And that's why we cancel that. We remain only in sugar. Salt is not really a very big business, so that's what we have done. And now, what are we doing? What we are doing, like what our group vice president, Mr. Alake, mentioned, is that we said that, yes, we are always the first mover. We always move first, then other people will follow. And we have never, ever, whether consciously or unconsciously, stopped anybody from doing the same business that we are doing. To the contrary, when you look at it, when we first came into cement production, it was actually only Lafarge that was operating here in Nigeria, which is Iwekoro, and then the one in Ashaka, in Gombe. Nobody ever called Lafarge, monopoly. But we, Dangote, the first plant we set up was 5 million tons. That was the first one, against less than 2 million of local production. But when we got in there, people now start saying, monopoly, monopoly. So, and this is really very disheartening when people keep talking about all this monopoly, monopoly. Monopoly, it is only when you stop people, you block them through legal means or whatever. No, it's a, level playing field where whatever Dangote was given, okay, in cement, for example, okay, other people too were given. In fact, some of them, maybe they even got more than us. Okay, we are always very, very careful. You heard what I said. In the refinery, we did not, and I repeat, we did not collect one single incentive from the federal government of Nigeria or from even the Lagos state of Nigeria. Yes, Lagos state, maybe they gave us a good deal, but we paid $100 million for the land. It wasn't a free land. We paid for it. Okay, so people are always looking at the other side. They are not really looking at the real picture. Okay, that's one. Number two, this country has been having petrol queues that the majority of the population they are with us, and so we are not discouraged. We'll continue what we are doing. But doing new business like which we announced this still. Actually, our own board has decided that no, we shouldn't do this still, because if we do it, we'll be called all sorts of names, monopoly, and then also imports will be encouraged. So we don't want to go into that. Let other Nigerians also go and do it, because we are not the only Nigerians here. There may be some Nigerians with even more cash than us. They should bring that money from Dubai, from other parts of the world, to come and invest in our own fatherland. Well, everything depends on NNPC, because the OB3 is their own gas pipeline. Majority of
white, and the claims by some media houses that we are trying to scuttle Dangote Refinery, that is not so. Dangote Refinery is still in the pre-commissioning stage. It has not been licensed yet. We haven't licensed them yet. They are still in pre-commissioning. I think they are about 45% completion rather. So we cannot rely heavily on one refinery to feed the nation, because the Dangote is requesting that we should suspend or stop all importation of petroleum products, especially AGO and jet kero, and direct all marketers to the refinery. That is not good for the nation in terms of energy security, and that is not good for markets because of monopoly. So in terms of quality, currently the AGO quality in terms of sulfur is the lowest as far as West African requirement of 50 ppm. Dangote Refinery, as well as some modular refineries like Walter Smith Refinery, Arada Refinery, they produce between 650 to 1,200 ppm. So in terms of quality, their quality is much, much inferior to the imported quality.
Deputy Honorable Speaker, the leadership of the House, I want you to even at any time set up a committee that they will come with every representatives headed by your chosen honorable member to come and lead in taking samples from filling stations. Because I must tell you today that all the test certificates that people are busy, floating around, where are the labs? Even if they have the labs, I can tell you they are fake certificates. The real one that you now know that they are right is to take from the filling station, and also to come and take also from our production line. Now you will be able to tell Nigerians that this is it. But the demarketing of a company by a regulator that he is supposed to protect is very, very unfortunate. It's good that we didn't even know that you are going to ask us to stop by the road and pick up diesel. And, we didn't know what you wanted to do. And when we got here, I said, okay, fine, let them go and, take sample. And the chairman downstream of the House and the chairman midstream of the House went with our people to pick up a hot sample. They brought, you've tested, and you've seen where we are. So we want to clear that, yes, we produce the best diesel in Nigeria. And if the regulator wants, he can come 24 hours anytime. He has people here. Let him conduct this. And I would like to also the media to show our lab, and I want them to also show the lab of the regulator himself. He should show us which lab is he using. Yes, because as a regulator, he's supposed to have a lab. If regulator doesn't have a lab, then we have an issue. He cannot rely on somebody. He's supposed to, check us.
Yes, I believe you have seen the arguments on both sides. But then, what is your own reaction regarding these developments? But for me, yes, it is not good to encourage monopoly. Monopoly for Dangote demanding that every other license should be withdrawn and he enjoys the monopoly is not in the best interest of the nation. How can, in a nation of more than 200 million people, Dangote enjoys monopoly virtually on every single product? When it comes to salt, the sugar, I mean, the monopoly is too much, and that's why even in cement, that's why an average person can't build a house in Nigeria today because of the monopoly, which now hack the price. At any time, they can come and say, this is what, of course, they want to sell that product, and you have no alternative, you have no choice but to buy it. And people are finding it extremely difficult. In as much as Farouk's position appears to be logical and in the right direction, perhaps why Dangote could not be allowed to monopolize the uh, oil sector is because there are vested interests, cabals, who are very ready and interested in that business as a way of course, making money. The oil subsidy and all that. They will be silence or skip out of events if they allow Dangote to enjoy such monopoly. Whatever is coming to them, as usual, will be cut off. And of course, they will resist every attempt to allow Dangote monopolize the oil sector. He can monopolize the sugars, the salt, the cement, and every other, the floors and whatever you can imagine or think of, but not in that oil sector because we have extremely uh, rich personality, worthy personalities, which, of course, the source of rich worthiness is from that particular source. It is not it's not possible to say them stop eating.